Welcome back to the LFC Ahmedabad podcast with the dream team of Anmol, Roshan, and me, Vatsal. As usual, you see our face quite often because we are the most enthusiastic person. Let's see what others comment regarding the same. Today we have some transfer news because Liverpool has dipped their toes into the transfer market, and we have signed two players. We are on the verge of signing a third one, and there's one major outgoing which we want to discuss. So, one more. Let's start with the biggest news. We are potentially going to break our transfer record by signing Darwin Nunez from Benfica. Initial thoughts.
I think we have signed an out-and-out striker after I think a long time.
Yeah.
अगर आप
सुआरेज हमने
if you-
किसी को साइन नहीं किया है।
नहीं Daniel Sturridge.
that was before, I think around that after that period.
Yes.
I think Darwin has been like the first out-and-out striker we have signed.
हाँ, yes.
I think
think-
Solanke आया था बीच में. I think, but that was a free.
See,
Ricky
let's
Lambert
just-
और वो सब after that.
हाँ, वही मैं बोलने वाला था. There have been many flops.
Yeah. So, but we have seen him this season. His
Yes.
record in the Portuguese league around I think 33 games. I think around 24 goals and some 8-9 assists. So starting में तो ऐसा मतलब obviously initial thoughts में तो ऐसा लगेगा looking at his highlights and everything. His first touch might be a bit dodgy. The Lukaku style ऐसा लग सकता है, but obviously Klopp ने कुछ देखा होगा तो
Yes.
looking at Klopp's history with the players, his finishing is obviously too good. We saw it against Liverpool only in the Champions League in both the legs.
Yes.
So
Go ahead.
is good in the air also. Good control with the ball. और देखते हैं still
Strikers
young,
instincts. Yes. I think
22
the
years
reason-
old. So
Yeah, I think the reason why Liverpool fans are so excited because most of them have like a first-hand experience of actually seeing him play and doing well for Benfica when we face them in the quarterfinals. What do you think, Roshan? Good signing, perfect for the system?
I'm not really sure perfect for the system, but हमारे पास हमेशा टारगेट मैन मिसिंग रहता था. तो
हाँ.
जब हमारे पास रोबो और ट्रेंट जैसे क्रॉसर्स हैं तो we need someone, and I think he has capability of playing as a central striker as well as on left wing also.
हाँ.
So you can switch bit. Let's say अगर Luis Diaz starts on the wing, then he plays in center, and if Jota starts from center, then he can play left wing. तो वैसा टाइप का switch कर सकते हैं. तो
मेरे को लगता है कि फर्मिनो मिड में इस टाइम आई थिंक द ओरिजिनल जो उसका पोजीशन था कैम पोजीशन शायद
Yes.
उसमें थोड़ा आई थिंक उसको रोल मिल सकता है दिस सीजन.
I think अभी 4-3-3 की जगह 4-2-3-1 भी ट्राई कर सकता है क्लॉप, because then one Nunez होगा, लेफ्ट में डियाज, बीच में फिरमिनो, राइट में साला, और तेरे दो पिवट्स फैबिनियो, हेंडरसन पिवट, अज्यूमिंग लाइक थियागो फिट नहीं है एंड उसको हमें इंपॉर्टेंट मैचेस के लिए रखना है. So we can play both 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1. तो वो flexibility रहेगा. So depending on penetration चाहिए होगा तो थियागो को लेके आएंगे और 4-3-3 खेलेंगे, और अगर attacking खेलना है तो I think 4-2-3-1. And ब्रेंडन रॉजर्स के टाइम से भी 4-2-3-1 हमारे लिए काफी सक्सेसफुल रहा ही है. Like it has been the formation that suits Liverpool style of
4-3-3 तो अभी recently काफी टीम्स ने अडॉप्ट कर लिया है because that's like the
4-3-3
standard.
safe है. 4-3-3 में क्या है कि you can always do that midfield overload.
And we've
4-2-3
always had this, like 4-3-3 is our standard formation. Like
formation. Because whenever we see like a graphic during the start of the match, it's always 4-3-3.
and
But
even when we start the match, like if you see everyone is in that position, like Fabinho, like the holding, and so
I think
that is
4-3-3 becomes 3-4-3 with Trent and Robo kind of staying in the midfield and Henderson or Fabinho filling up
dropping
the
back. Yes.
हाँ, dropping back. तो तेरे दोनों सेंटर बैक्स थोड़ा लेफ्ट एंड थोड़ा राइट जाके बीच में दे सिट. तो जब हम लोग का डिफेंसिव शेप होता है हम लोग ऐसे ही खेलते हैं. तो आई थिंक इट्स जस्ट दैट दिस ये वाला साइनिंग जो है हम लोग को फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी देता है टू प्ले हाउएवर वी वांट टू.
Like
it just adds another tactical solution.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was always thinking that we have spent close to our record transfer. Like initially it's like 64 million, but it's going to apparently rise to 85. So will Klopp straight away put him in the starting 11, or will he do things like he did with, uh, other signings like Kunate and stuff, because he doesn't throw them into the deep end uh, right from the get go. But I think since the price is such high and he's like our marquee signing, do you see him starting on the very first day of the season?
वो प्रेशर नहीं होगा मार्की साइनिंग का. आई थिंक इट इज मोर अबाउट अप्रोच कि कौन सा गेम है, कैसे खेलना है. आई थिंक उसका अप्रोच विद डिफेंडर्स एंड मिडफील्डर्स इज डिफरेंट टू फॉरवर्ड्स, क्योंकि लुइस डियास और डियोगो जोटा ऑलमोस्ट एज सून एज दे केम इन दे स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग,
makes sense
एज कंपेयर्ड टू मिडफील्ड एंड डिफेंस, जहां पे अंडरस्टैंडिंग द सिस्टम इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. तो फॉरवर्ड्स के लिए शायद इतना नहीं है जितना कि मिडफील्ड का लिंकअप to defend and also for defenders to defend and attack, वो थोड़ा सा सीखने को टाइम लगता ही है. So I think that is the only thing. And I think Benfica also plays a similar style like Liverpool. वो fast paced football खेलते हैं, तो it would not be a problem for him to adjust to pace of the game, जो generally सबसे important होता है. Like everything else considered, I think he has the pace and he's okay. मतलब ऐसा उसको train करने की जरूरत नहीं है for a fast paced football.
Yes.
I think the only thing could be physicality. So we'll see how he handles physical defenders.
And
I think मुझे लगता है I think it will depend on how the preseason goes.
Yeah, so, I was going to say the same, because we have signed him at such a great time that he's going to have all the preseason games to get used to the system. And also, like, during his interviews he said that his English is also not perfect, so I think a bit of language barrier could be there if he would have been signed, during the deadline day or through the latter stages. So I think he's signed at a very good time to settle into the squad.
दूसरा एक चीज ये भी है कि you were talking about the price. I think just to secure a signing who has already probably 1 or 2 years left on their contract also, तो थोड़ा हमें shell out तो करना ही पड़ेगा.
और
makes
अगर
sense.
like obviously we have had outgoings as well, like you see माने की बात तो करेंगे ही हम obviously. तो माने जाएगा, Minamino will go, Origi, but वो तो he is gone like on a free transfer, so maybe Ox might go. So obviously if you add up all the money, potentially we'll be getting around 50 million
in return.
So yeah, net spend should be around, of all the transfers we have made this season, around 50 million.
Yeah, but then we also have to keep in mind that even if the transfer fee is so high, his wages are relatively lower compared to the other players we already have.
It's not like Man City, like Haaland's fee is less compared, and what they are paying Haaland is like way more.
So sometimes what we can do is, like, we know that he's not going to demand much wages. We can channel those little funds to the transfer budget, get him on a higher price, and then balance it out by offering him relatively lesser wages than, let's say, some other superstars if he had gone for.
और contract भी काफी बड़ा है, मतलब it's 6 साल का contract है, मतलब 28 तक अगर if he like fulfills the whole deal, तो 28 साल तक होगा वो इधर होगा. मतलब
the reason why I like this signing so much is, एक तो he is a proven goal scorer, he's proved at Champions League level as well, plus he's just 22.
Like it makes a mark on Klopp as well, like he's building the
squad
for the future, because we have signed Konate, Fabio Carvalho, Clavin Ramsay, now we'll talk about him as well. Darwin now, Luis Diaz, like who are all below 25.
So we have to remember
like a statement as well to everyone else, because it's not just we're not relying on people like our experienced players anymore.
हम लोग ने पहले भी डिस्कस किया ही था कि लाइक साला माने फिरमिनो 4-5 साल से हैं ही, 6 साल से हैं, तो when they came in at 25, 26, now they're turning 31s. तो every 4-5 years, 5-6 years you have that period when ये स्क्वाड के प्लेयर्स होते हैं जो post 30s जाने वाले होते हैं. And I think Liverpool has stuck with their strategy of not paying 30-year-olds, where they can pay less to younger players, and get the same output from them. And I think that has been consistent. तो आगे भी यही होगा. And I think इस साल शायद midfield recruitment नहीं देख रहे, but probably next year, depending on how fit Thiago is, they might have people already lined up, scouted and stuff, and then they'll wait. And also Fabio Carvalho is also, we have to see how his impact is to see if we actually need a midfielder or not.
But Roshan, like last question before we move on to the next topic.
Yes, go ahead.
Darwin versus Haaland, क्या लगता है तुझे? क्या कैसा होगा?
मजा आएगा.
कौन?
देखो, I feel like Haaland, where Haaland has an edge over Darwin is physicality. Like, he's probably the most.
Haaland is also very injury prone, if you see.
Right.
Yes.
तो मतलब अगर let's say if both of them are fit for all the 38 games, I think Haaland has an edge just because he's physical. But in terms of technique and in terms of finishing, I think they both are pretty on par. Probably Haaland का edge है, but again, like
Haaland का उसका वो 2-3 साल में मतलब उसका वो जो brand बन गया है कि Haaland है, like Haaland versus Mbappe, and if you see like how he has been hyped, उसके वजह से people might be, you know, taking Haaland over Darwin, but obviously this season will, you know, answer the questions.
And of course, Darwin Nunez taking the number 27 shirt vacated by Origi is like
the iconic
as well. Yes. So we expect him to.
अगर वो नहीं लेता, I would have said कि we should have retired that jersey number.
But क्या लगता है number 10 कौन लेगा?
See, that's I think
Carvalho लेगा. I think
Carvalho मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है. Feeling आ रही है.
Carvalho I was going to take. I was going to say Carvalho, but then if you are a number 10 jersey holder, you expect him to start most of the games.
ना करेगा. See, I think उसको लिया ही उसी के लिए है.
Miller also wears number 7, but
number 7
doesn't start every game. So
एक चीज मतलब वो तो ठीक है. I mean, but I think the reason we pursued Carvalho is because हमारे पास Thiago छोड़ के ऐसा कोई creative midfielder नहीं है. Like false 9 वाले positions खेलने वाला player नहीं है. So I think although he is very young, but I think he'll be in the thick of things. Probably not starting as much in the start, but then he will at least play 20 to 30 games. Start maybe 20 games and then come as substitutes in other games, depending on how we want it.
These youngsters
he will be a Thiago understudy is what I feel. उससे देखेगा, सीखेगा कि कैसे करना है, क्या करना है. And I think he's, to be honest, he's a Coutinho का replacement sort of, the way he has played for Fulham. I think from whatever clips we have seen, मतलब इतना तो follow नहीं किया championship, but from whatever
highlights and
any video reference that we have, he is going to be deployed as a false 9.
I think the last thing we can talk about Darwin Nunez is like I think Anmol just pointed out a couple of minutes back is the length of his contract. Like 6-year contract है उसके पास. Do you expect him to, it's not ideal to talk when he's just arrived, but do you expect him to fulfill that potential that Klopp has shown in him? Because I think usually
by the time like till Klopp is here, I think 26 tak obviously he will be there. It also depends on how we can't judge him on one season. If he doesn't perform this season, obviously we can't judge him because he's still 22. तो देखते हैं अभी 2-3 सीजन देखते हैं कैसे जाता है, कैसे अडाप्ट करता है प्रीमियर लीग से. बिग मनी है तो
बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स भी है ना. तो ऐसे देख कि लेट्स से ही basically kills in the next 2-3 years, attracts interest from Barcelona or Real Madrid. The thing is कि South American players का dream रहता ही है to play for either a Barcelona.
जब तक Klopp है, I don't think now he'll leave for the next 3 years.
Right. At least 2026 तक का कोई scene नहीं होगा. But I mean, I'm just saying कि
see, to be honest, I have a very good point to make.
Of Luis Suarez at that time कि वो हमारे साथ रहेगा. We need to be prepared for the fact कि if an
हमारा status भी कैसा था तू देख अगर तू
sure नहीं I'm just saying कि like in general, let's say in next 4-5 years Barcelona picks up and they do well, like South American players want to play for a big team like that. उनका dream रहा ही है, and so we have to expect that हम लोग उससे 6 years के लिए साइन किया तो 6 का 6 करेगा, अभी से तो कुछ कह नहीं सकते.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. But I'm just saying कि like back of our mind, we should also be prepared कि वो he would like to be entertained by them. If not,
I have a very good point to make is that he coming in with such a heavy price tag. I don't think he'll have the pressure of being our main man and the main source of goals, because he knows he's coming into a team which already has Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota. Like they have scored like 50 goals between them in the last season. So I think he knows that, and he won't be expected to be in the goals all the time. Of course, if he scores, it's well and good for us, for him, and for the team as well. But I think he won't have that pressure of being like, nahin, goal to karna hi padega. Like
expectation
expectations will be.
Goal to kahin se bhi last season bhi dekho to
I think, and you can't say the same. I think you can't say the same for Haaland, because obviously they have some of the good, one of the best attackers like De Bruyne, Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, but still they are not out and out goal scorers, if you know what I mean. Like you can't expect them to score 30 goals in a season. Yeah, they chip, the three of them chip away with 15, 12, 15, 13 goals.
I think उन लोग का Haaland
goals divide हो रहा है, मतलब
हाँ,
five strikers are playing, all five will score 10 goals in the season. So a lot of attacking players,
Haaland is probably Sergio Aguero style substitute, क्योंकि Gabriel Jesus doesn't really fit that form of Sergio Aguero. I think Haaland is more like that physical, great finisher, great
poacher kind of player. Yeah.
हाँ,
और सिटी में क्या है कि उनमें midfielders भी गोल करते हैं. Rodri, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, everyone scores like 4-5 goals तो मारते ही है. Even Rodri as a DM, he must have scored I think 3 से 4 गोल तो easily मारे होंगे ये season. जो हमारे में mid में we see very few
very
goals.
less. Yes. Mid में से गोल आते ही नहीं है. We are dependent on our front three and possibly our centre backs or defenders during set pieces.
क्योंकि हमारा स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले वो अलाउ नहीं करता है.
Yeah, it is not a complaint that we are not getting goals out of
midfield.
It's just
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि हमारे
वो खाली tactically उनका वैसा they play according to their
प्रॉब्लम ये भी है कि हमारे फुल बैक्स इतना आगे पुश करते हैं ना, हमारे मिडफील्डर्स को थोड़ा रिजर्व्ड एंड पीछे ही रहना पड़ता है. वेयर इन सिटी के उसमें द वे दे प्ले, उनका फ्लूइडिटी है कि एवरीबॉडी काइंड ऑफ इज एवरीवेयर. हमारे यहाँ पे ट्रेंड को कवर करना पड़ता है, कभी-कभी रॉबो को कवर करना पड़ता है. So midfielders don't get that much of a chance to score. बाकी तो if we allow them to, क्या पता Fabinho has a 10-12 goal season or more than that. We have seen last season उसने कितने सारे goals मारे ही हैं. So I mean ability की तो शायद कमी नहीं है. I think we just don't allow them to be that player.
And I think we have like covered all points regarding Darwin Nunez. I just want to ask one simple question, like how do you rate this transfer, like fee, contract, सब अगर मिला के अगर तुमको add करना हो, then how much would you give this transfer out of 10?
I will answer this question after a year.
That's a good. Yeah,
I'll go for it. I think it's a 8 out of 10 transfer.
I think for me 7. I would say 7.
All right.
Maybe I would 85 is thoda expensive.
Expensive one, yeah.
But
the thing is,
chalo guys, I do have to go. So you
guys
no
worries, man. You can carry you. Yeah.
Chalo, see you guys. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
See you.
Yeah, for the viewers, Roshan has some professional work, so he's leaving us. But Anmol is here. Anmol, you were saying price is not what we expect Liverpool to pay.
Yeah, because based on one season only, we are paying 85 million. So, but they held on to their valuation and transfer ho gaya hai.
Yeah, usually Liverpool are very shrewd business people, but when we spend, we usually spend it on the right person. So
right person. Like I said, obviously, we are letting go of Mane and Minamino and a couple of other players. So
Origi is already gone.
We will be getting a few money in as well.
Yeah.
So next spend wise, if you see, it's around 40 million ho jayega.
Yeah, I don't remember whom I am quoting here, but someone said on Twitter is that whenever Liverpool are interested in some players, we tend to move very quickly. and get them before the interest develops amongst other clubs. And one such signing was Fabio Carvalho, which we announced like
even
2 days
Konate last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Konate was, I think, done before the season ended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
you're right. Yes. Because I remember the Fabio Carvalho deal was announced just 2 days after the final game of the season against Wolves. Talking about the other potential arrival, Clavin Ramsay. For those who don't know, he's an 18-year-old right back from the Scottish club named Aberdeen. He was voted as, I think, Scottish Young Player of the Year and contributed to a goal and 9 assists in 33 appearances. I remember all these top of my head because I work for Sportskeeda. Yeah, just a plug in there. But yeah, good signing. And does that mean that there is no future for Nico Williams?
Good signing. I think Nico Williams will also leave.
Yeah.
I think deal hai around 4.5 million with 2 millions in add-ons. I think
6.5.
They were asking for, I think, 10 million, but we held on and negotiated to 6.5. But good deal. I've seen a couple of highlights. Clavin Ramsay and still young. Good dribble.
18-year-old. Yeah.
18-year-old. Yeah.
So,
good positioning. I think thoda, obviously maturity wise thoda might be a bit weak,
but you expect that from an 18-year-old, right?
So but good to see proper out and out right back after a long time, to have backup for Trent.
So don't need to play Gomez as a makeshift right back. Yes.
Nico Williams ka lagta, I think, because main reason of him leaving the club would be getting first team football.
The problem with Nico Williams is he's a very good player, but he's unfortunate that he's coming up in the time when we have one of the best right backs in football.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's
not bad. Whenever he has played, like, I think
he's looked good.
That he has been decent. And agar tum dekho to Arsenal wali game, that 5-5 which happened in the
Carabao Cup.
League Cup,
Yes.
So he played quite well in that game. So he has had a few decent games. So, but I think it's not official yet if he's leaving.
But we expect him to leave. Yes, because
one of the I think outgoings of the season.
Yeah, I think he wants regular football because Wales have qualified for the World Cup and he has to be playing to be part of the squad, which is an understandable reason. And if we can get like 12 or 15 million out of him, it will be a pretty good deal.
Good business, yeah.
Yes, because I think Clavin Ramsay, including me, many won't be knowing much about him, but at 18 years old, you have the license to mold him in the way Klopp wants.
Definitely.
So I think that's one of the reasons why we are going for
Klopp
him.
likes working with young players and building their potential.
Yes.
So it will be interesting to
having Darwin Nunez and potential incoming of Clavin Ramsay. You can see how our squad is shaping up for the future. We have Callagher.
I think the average age has drastically
gone down. We used to believe that Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota are young players. They're 25. Darwin Nunez is 3 years younger than them.
3 years younger, 22.
Yeah, so you can imagine how our squad is already shaping up for.
Even Konate is, I think, 23. Gomez is, I think, around that age, 23.
Yeah.
Brent 23, 24. Robertson 25, 26.
Yes, we have a very good core. And don't forget, Curtis Jones is there. Harvey Elliott is there.
Carvalho is there.
Yeah, Fabio Carvalho is there. So we are building a really good squad for the future. But the thing I like is that while building a squad for the future, we are not compromising with the present. These players, regardless of their age, are still good enough to play in the Premier League at their current age.
We have experience, good experience, a balance of experienced and young players now.
But on the contrary, do you believe that not signing, like Paul Joyce tweeted that we won't be signing a midfield recruitment this year? Do you think that would hamper us this season, or do you think we can manage somehow?
I think this all depended on the Tchouaméni deal going to Madrid, because that was our priority, because hum dekh rahe the, to it was between us and Real Madrid. So
but I think he got a bit too expensive.
Yeah, because he went for around 100 million euros as well,
Yes.
around the same price tag as Darwin.
Nunez.
And then
yes.
obviously we had to we knew that Mane wanted to leave, and in order
Yeah.
to compensate Mane's position and his
I think that was much
sale,
more priority. Yes.
yeah, then we had to prioritize a striker or like an winger come striker. So
Yeah.
देखते हैं अभी next year saying that everyone's saying that next year our priority will be a big mid signing, because we do need, because Thiago is almost 32, Henderson is 31. So we need a
Is
good
Fabinho still
young.
in his late 20s?
Yeah,
Or is
he's
he
around
already
26, I think 26, 27.
Oh,
Still
okay. So
young.
we have him. Yeah, and plus being a defensive midfielder, you can prolong your career much more than
Yeah.
attacking midfielder. But
Yeah.
I am hearing Jude Bellingham would be an ideal.
A big signing. We'll
yes.
have to, I think splash out around 80 million as well.
Another 100 possibly, if Real Madrid.
Depends
or
on how he
Manchester
performs
United.
this season.
Yeah, I think if we go into the latter stages of the Champions League like this season or last season, let's say, and do well in the Premier League, I think we can be a very attractive prospect.
For sure. I think
like
he also likes Liverpool, so
yeah,
we देखते हैं क्या होता है next season.
And then again, he'll be another one of the young, experienced
prospects.
Young players, like 19, 20-year-old who is good in the present, but also part of our future. So
काफी options. If you see Bellingham here, there's Pedri, there's Gavi. We were linked to Gavi as well, but I think he's going to sign a new contract with Barcelona.
Yeah, I think many said.
There's other player also. When we missed out on Chouameni, there was this other player, Ibrahim Sangare. So quite a few young potential players. So we देखते which player is the best fit for Liverpool.
I think from incomings, let's now shift to outgoings, because we have one of our club legends leaving in Sadio Mane. I think he's going to Bayern Munich. I think no hard feelings, I guess, Anmol, because he has given a good amount of his career to us. He's won all trophies. You can understand why he wants to leave for one final big paycheck and play at a different league and a team, let's say, a little bit higher in caliber than us. But what do you think of that move? Do you understand his move?
Every player has their dream to play somewhere, and like every player likes new challenges after a certain while. If you see our history, Suarez wanted to go to Barcelona, Coutinho wanted to go to Barcelona, but their reason was obviously they wanted to play, and the other reason was they weren't winning trophies at Liverpool.
Yeah, this is a different one.
This is a different one, and that's why that hurt us more, because we thought that they wanted to win trophies, and like obviously they could have won trophies at Liverpool as well if they stayed more, but we thought that they want more money. But Mane, it's a different thing. Mane wants a new challenge. He has won every trophy possible in club football at Liverpool, like in the English League and the Champions League. So there's no hard feelings. He has been a Kop legend, like since the time he came in, and
I think he was the first proper Klopp signing.
Big signings, yeah. And since he has delivered in every game, start karo his debut match against Arsenal to his last game against Wolves. So he has had iconic moments. Like if you see the Derby goal, which rebounded from the post, and the Neuer turn against Bayern Munich.
Definitely,
his goal against Man City, the 4-3 at Anfield, when Man City hadn't lost a single game, and they lost the first game at Anfield. So he has been a Kop hero, and thoda uska, I think maybe in the last couple of years, he might have been overshadowed by Salah, but
I think he never
could have in one of the seasons.
The good thing about these, go ahead.
Never complained about that because obviously we gave Salah the priority. Like obviously, we as fans always felt that Salah, agar team sheet hoti, to Salah should be higher than Mane. Like a lot of people felt that. For me personally, I would take Mane over Salah any day. controversial statement, but
no worries,
because Mane is such a player that if you play him anywhere in the attack, he will deliver. He has played on the right, started on the right. He then shifted to the left when Coutinho left, and then ended his career playing
as a
false nine.
forward.
So yeah, and
he played across the front.
Yeah. And he has performed in all the three positions. Even he
I
has
think
scored goals left. He can score with both feet.
Yeah, I think even if he come out and said that thank you Liverpool, and I'm going for the money, and I still wouldn't have mind, because I can still understand his situation, because from now on he can't do much at Liverpool. Yeah, he can win another league, he can win another Champions League, but that he can do at Bayern as well.
He has won every trophy possible, so he has nothing left to deliver as well. So, and as a fan, also we understand, like as fans, we understand that.
And we have to, and we also have to remember is that he's just got 1 year left on his contract, and he's already 30. He'll be 31 this year. So you can you can't blame Liverpool for phasing him out of the team already, and replacing with someone like Darwin Nunez. Luis Diaz is also here. Jota is here. So I think we have enough firepower to say, okay, we understand your situation, you can leave. And plus, he's 30, and we are still roughly getting 35-40 million out of him, which is
a great thing.
Yeah, and having just 1 year limit.
1 year on his contract.
We basically are making a profit out of him after him being at Anfield for roughly 5 years.
6 years, yeah.
6 years, yes.
But the first outgoing of the iconic trio.
Oh yeah. So do you consider
that makes me a bit sad, because I was always a big fan. Like whenever we played, I always wanted Salah, Firmino, and Mane to start, because they have been so good. Yeah. Like even if after we signed Luis Diaz and Jota, and Diaz becoming so good eventually in the later part of the season, I always wanted Firmino to start up front with Mane and Salah.
Whenever like Firmino plays, we tend to believe, like we have a smile on our face, because we know something. He'll do something out of somewhere. But I think seeing what Mane has done for us, we can say pretty much the same for Salah, because both of them have ideally had the same career. Salah obviously joined a year later, but do you think Salah will also look at Mane and say next year, okay, I'm off on a free, or do you think there is still hope that he'll sign a new contract?
It's a tricky situation, because Salah will be 31 next year now.
But still, there will be buyers. I'm sure there will be buyers.
There will be buyers for sure. I think maybe Italian league or Spanish league. I think it will go back to the Italian league. Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, why not? Or maybe PSG or somewhere. But difficult to say. It depends how the season goes for him, because he's 31. Later part of the second half of the season for Salah didn't go that well after the AFCON finals and everything.
Yeah.
But obviously Salah, we expect Salah to score 20 goals a season every year now.
Yeah.
So if he's able to keep up the form, then we might give him a 2-year contract or something like that.
Yes.
But it depends on how much he is asking as well. If asking for 400,000, that's we can't splash out 400,000 on a 31-year-old.
Yeah.
So might as well invest in other positions, because it's pointless. That disturbs the whole weight structure as well.
But then Liverpool will have to do something which we don't usually do, is buying 2 good centre forwards in 2 consecutive windows. Like if Salah leaves in 2023, we again have to buy someone like Darwin Nunez, who is young, less.
But that's a process for the future. अगर आप देखे जाओ तो, क्योंकि Salah is almost coming last 3-4 years, I think, in his peak. Like couple of years at his peak now. So we have to act fast, and because that is the only position we have still left to fill in. Salah ka backup
because Firmino
Jota
ka backup is already Jota. Yeah. Now it's the other way around. Like Firmino is the Jota backup. But do you expect Diaz, Nunez, and Salah to be our main front three, or do you expect Jota to be in there? Jota and Luis Diaz to come in and out of that
I
one
think
position.
Salah to for sure because
Salah is guaranteed,
right
I guess.
right wing.
Because
But देखते हैं अभी how he what he does with Firmino, whether he plays him as an attacking midfielder.
or a
So we
forward,
might see
yeah.
Darwin up front if we and Nunez on the left. But I'm expecting him to change the formation according to the teams we face.
Yeah, I think the one, I won't use the word negative because it's a very harsh word, but if there is one side effect of Nunes arriving is that we might see Jota's game time decrease a little. I'm not saying that he'll just be another substitute player. I'm sure he'll get his opportunities because Klopp usually treats all of his players equally. But do you expect him to have like, चलो last season अगर 40 games खेला तो इस साल शायद 32, 33 games खेले? Do you expect him to get less game time?
I think ये less game time हो सकता है because we have so many good attacking players.
Yes,
but we
and
also,
he's one of them.
Yeah, but the other thing to look at is the number of games we played last season.
63
We played
games, yeah.
every game possible. So without all our attacking players being fit, we wouldn't be able to
Do that,
go to the finals of any competition.
yeah.
So
I think
that is another important point, because keeping all our attacking players fit, and if someone gets injured, suppose Bobby gets injured, then Jota should be ready, to fill in the boots.
Yeah,
So it's
makes
healthy competition, but I'm happy that Darwin also in the interview said that there's no internal rivalry kind of a thing. It's all healthy competition. So good to see that from the start.
Yeah, it's the same. Like you said, we play close to 60 games in a season. Let's assume we won't be reaching all 63 games this year. We will still be playing above 50 games, and I think if a season
and
is
I think
like,
now five substitutes is also back. I think.
Yes, yeah. So you can expect more games of our coming, more game time for our bench players. That's a very good point to make. I think we have covered all the points. Would you like to add something else?
That's all for, I think, today. The main was the Mane topic. Just with that, won't be hearing the Sadio Mane song anymore now at the COP.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure even if he returns to Anfield, we'll give him a standing ovation.
Oh, definitely. Sadio has been like
modern
whenever Salah hasn't been performing, like obviously he has been scoring goals, but whenever Salah hasn't been performing, like Mane has stepped up and gotten the goals.
Your favorite Mane goal? Just pick one.
If I had to pick one, the Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I would have picked the same. Yes.
There are a couple of other mentions as well. If you see the Aston Villa late 94th minute.
The header, right? Yeah.
The header. There is his debut goal as well.
Do you remember that back heel against Watford?
Then his hat-trick against Porto as well.
Oh yes.
So
many memories.
Like, great memories with Mane.
Yeah. So
but just sad to see the breakup of the iconic trio.
Iconic front three. And now only one piece of the original front three remaining of Coutinho, Mane and
Firmino.
So we only have Firmino out of that, but they are less popular compared to Salah, Mane and
Firmino. Yeah.
But
I'm happy that he's leaving with every by winning every trophy possible.
Yeah, and
so there's no bad blood with Mane as well. So
and I'm happy that he's still going at a top European club. He's not dropping his standards.
Yeah. And I'm happy he's not going to Barcelona or Real Madrid. Like Bayern Munich is still like a good club, team, respectable team. Yeah.
And I'm sure whenever he scores goal, our Twitter feed is going to blow up. Congratulating Mane. I think, please not. I think we can wrap it up by saying thank you to Sadio Mane and hope you have a wonderful time in Germany.
Thank you, Sadio.
Yeah, thanks, man. And welcome Darwin Nunez, Clavin Ramsay and Fabio Carvalho. I think that's it from our side. We'll be back with some more transfer news. If Liverpool are into one, we'll be doing a season preview like we did a review. We'll be also doing a preview, but that will come probably towards the end of
Off-season.
of the summer. Yes, and I think that's it from our side. YouTube cliches of liking, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you.